Hey, a couple hours before, a lot of hours before my CMSC 216 exam. Honestly, not much to say. Right, I've been studying for a bit now. I think on Sunday there wasn't much studying that occurred. That was Mother's Day. I think I could have done a bit better, but not much was done. But the previous day, studying has occurred where I've got a good chunk done. I think I have a good foundation. A lot of the exam, from what I'm seeing with the practice exams, the vibe of the professor and just some other stuff, is that's going to be much more knowledge based, where it's less of a coding exam and more so your knowledge of how the memory layout system works in, I guess, computers and how C manages the memory and all of that. So I think with like virtual memory and all of that, I think that's I think it's interesting. 'Cause I think a lot of the I think a majority of the points of the exam are going to go towards explanations, which you can look at as a good thing or a bad thing. But I think if I'm able to know what buzzwords to use, and how to explain the atomic elements of each idea, then I think I should be good there. So what I want to do now, I have a couple people upstairs I'm studying with, so I want to just like practice. Like each time we're just gonna go question by question, and we're gonna try and get all the atomic elements off. When I say atomic element, I mean like these are the core. If you're like to speak like a caveman, these are the core stuff you will say to explain this idea to someone. I just want to practice that, and once I can get that done, the other stuff are going to be pretty easy. There's some coding questions that I have to be prepared for. Honestly, with the coding questions, I think this is open note. It's not as bad. It's more of like, okay, if you have a general idea of syntax, you just have to understand what each perfect code does, and you should be able to fairly know how to manipulate it to get it to do another thing that's fairly similar. Um, but we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna get the bonus question because he usually has bonus questions that are really interesting. But for now, that's pretty much it. So besides that, I have nothing else to say. Besides, have a great day.